ball game here, or whatever. What are they doing? They're distracting the handler. They're distracting the dog potentially. More importantly, they're distracting themselves. They have a function there, otherwise they can stay in the car. Okay? When you're out on search training, when you're out on a search, it's not time to catch up with stuff. Do that afterwards. Okay? Your job, it's all, you got to think about it like I've got a dog. I'm running a dog. So you're concentrating on what that dog's doing, and again, because now you're the expert handler, because you don't have the stress on your shoulders, so you can see stuff the handler might miss. And then you can communicate with the handler. Did you see that pop to the right? I'm like, no, I didn't. You've now just given the handler information, and the handler can say, yeah, I saw that. And that's it, shut up. Okay? But you're only giving information that's important to the handler, like, hey, there's a cliff ahead. I would share that with the handler unless I didn't like them. No, I didn't say that. Hey, you need to run ahead of your dog. I'll take the dog since I know how to handle it. So yeah, so that's. Can anyone tell me why they didn't have water? Some of you have water for your dogs. Some of you had water. Can anyone tell me why you weren't running water with your dogs? Did you think I was going to take you out there for a 2-meter walk? Do you know how far? Was that a blind? Were those blind problems that I was putting you out on? You have no idea what was going on. You have no idea what's going on when you're out training your dog. Because guess what? The simple problem you thought you were running will suddenly turn into a massive problem. Okay? Whether you like it or not. Now you've got a dog 4 miles away from the closest water. Are you in trouble? No, you're not in trouble. The dog's in trouble. I don't care about you. The dog's in trouble. You have water. You have, and like what I told Carl, my dog needs 2 bottles of water. I carry 4 bottles of water. If you can carry anything else on you, then you carry water for your dog. Alright? You have to have water for those dogs. There's many reasons. Obviously, heat exhaustion. Okay? You don't want the dogs going into heat exhaustion. The other reason is the dogs rely on moisture to be able to smell correctly. So if they don't have enough water, their nasal tracts and that are drying up because they need the water elsewhere. So they're smelling worse, or they're sniffing worse, whatever. So you have to have water, and there's no like, well, I can run my dog for 60 minutes and then I should give it water. Give it water more than you think you should give it, okay? Because number one, the dog can get a rest. These are not military working dogs, okay? In the military, sometimes you might have to say, oh, well, we'll find another dog, okay? I'm just saying, I'm not saying they do that necessarily, but when you've got guys with RPGs and machine guns trying to kill you and there's an ID, sometimes that's why unfortunately that's why they have the dogs. It's life, okay? But you're not that, okay? These are dogs that you spent a lot of time and energy training, correct? Or you will be. You're spending a lot of time and energy. So why put that dog at a disadvantage at any time? Especially training. You want that dog to have the best opportunity to be out in the field to do what it needs to do. So have water. Always have water. Cool the dog off whenever you get a chance. Some people are like, oh no, don't go in the water. I'm like, go in the water. Dog wants to get in water, as long as it's not where there's a motorboat going by and they're going to get chopped up. Obviously, safety. Don't jump over a cliff to get into the water. But if there's a stream, It's not going to make any difference to the search if that dog goes and lies down in the stream. Okay? What I'm doing is I'm getting an extra 20 minutes out of that dog. I'm just coming up with that figure. But guess what? It'll be more than a minute. It'll be more time. You're getting more time out of that dog in the field because it's cooled off. You're going to have to learn how to read your dog so that the behavior of the tongue, the behavior of the lips, all of that stuff, you know before that I need to give the water. Not when it's in that stage where, oh shit, we're in shit waters. You want to be able to water the dog sooner rather than later. And you can give the water, you can give dogs water, okay? People that, was, oh yeah, they get torsion and that. The actual research, the newest research is it doesn't really matter. Dogs with water, dogs with food, dogs without, same number of torsion issues. So, give the dog water, okay? More importantly, to give the dog water. Physical condition. You have to have your dog's top condition, okay? It's got to be a priority that your dog is in top condition because they will not, obviously, they're not going to perform to their highest ability. You're not giving that dog the best chance to succeed because their cooling, you guys must know this already, but their cooling system is through breathing, okay? They only sweat through their pores, and I don't know if you've seen the size of pores, I don't think you're going to cool off a lot with that. So if they're spending, they expend energy to cool, okay? Which means they're actually creating heat as well when they're trying to cool off. So not only are they hot, they're getting hotter by trying to cool off. Does that make sense? Okay, because they use their chest muscles. So the better condition the dog is, the better it's going to be able to work. And later on, I'm going to pull up. I want to tell you about VTAC. I think it's VTAC, VTAC. If anyone knows about it, go to VTAC. They have it's about an hour and a half, somewhere around there. They have a video, and I can't remember if it was free. It might have been free. Okay. They have various courses and that, but I think that video is free. You just have to sign up and blah blah, they send you it. But it discusses heat exhaustion, okay? And you can have 4 dogs, each with the same temperature. One dog is going, the 4th dog is going, it's like in stress, okay? It's in heat stress, it's going to die, okay? And guess what? The dog on that side is fat, and the dog on that side is in good condition. Now when it comes to conditioning, like I told you guys yesterday as well, this is almost like the worst time to be working, to start up, to be training your dog. Because the sudden change in temperature. And dogs aren't like us. We can take a sudden, it's a lot harder for them to go from one day 40 degrees to the next day 80 degrees. That's bigger than what we have, but you know what I'm saying. It's much harder for them. It's going to take longer for them to get accustomed to working in higher temperatures.